man, it's like we've been doing this whole mask BS thing and being afraid of other people, being paranoid. Oh, keep your distance. Oh, no hugging, no handshaking. Uh, you can kiss my ass. Because you know what? I do heating and cooling for a living. I go in people's houses all the time. Uh, I've never had anybody ask. I always say, do you want me to wear a mask? That's a private residence. The government can shove it up their ass because what people do in their private residence is their own business. Just like whatever they do in their bedroom, that's their business. I'll get off track again. But anyway, that's true. And I always ask the people, do you want me to wear a mask? None of them had said wear a mask. I'm further out in the inner city maybe. People are more panicky, who knows. When I went to lumber place in town here, it was funny. The counter guy didn't have a mask on. This is several months ago. Didn't have a mask on. I didn't have a mask on. The three people behind me didn't have a mask on. There's only one person in there that wore a mask, and it was this old lady. And anyway, she says, well, you're not wearing a mask, and neither are the customers. And his reply was, witness is not my mother. And I says, exactly. That's our idiot governor. So none of us had a mask on. And the old lady, on her way out, because she had a mask on her way out, she turns and looks at us and says, I hope all of you get sick. That's a really good Christian woman there. And I found, that'll be a whole another video about Bible thumpers. My mom always called them Bible thumpers. In other words, it's not the ones that go to church and religious, it's ones like that. God would never say something like that, or not him, but JD says. Anyway, nothing like that would be said. God is all about kindness and everything. And you're sitting there and you're a Bible thumper and you're telling all these people, I hope all of you get sick. Is that really the Christian thing to do? I mean, I'm not really, I don't feel that I'm not a Christian. I grew up and grew up and raised in Detroit, and the Catholic school. Yeah, all the stuff on comedy shows and everything about the nuns. People think, oh yeah, they're just, no. They'll bust your ass. Those round pointers, they're pretty heavy. Yeah, you did anything wrong, you had to put your hand flat on the desk and they'd whack your knuckles with it. They actually whacked my brother so hard. Well, he's a dickhead anyway. But anyway, for a while there, he actually wanted to be called Dick. And I find that amusing because it fits you. But then he changed it, wanted to be called Rich. Yeah. Anyway, so they would bust your knuckles. They drew blood on him. Okay, that's how hard he got whacked in the knuckles. Little off course. But anyway, if you look at let's start with the fracking. I'm against fracking. I have to be honest. I think it's a bad idea. Take the foundation of your house or a skyscraper and fracture all the concrete foundation. What they do is they shoot chemicals in the ground, proprietary, so they don't have to disclose what's in those chemicals. They inject it in the ground at extreme high pressure, and it causes stress on the rock, which is the foundation holding up everything up above it. And it fractures and it releases. When it fractures, it's easier to get the gas and the oil and what have you. I think that's a real bad idea. I just do that. I think that's a horrible, horrible idea. But it's like, well, money. And we all, money rules. So anyway, they're going to stop fracking gas prices by the end of this year is going to be $4 a gallon. The reason I'm saying that is we had a export embargo that was set by our country. You could not export, oil, natural gas, LP. You couldn't export any of that because of the oil embargo back in the 70s. And so as protection, they passed the ruling that not going to happen. Well, President Trump, which I totally disagree with, is, what do you want? Did you want to go out or not? What? You guys killing me here. You going out or not? Take a chance. That's it. Anyway, the oil embargo caused, fuel prices to skyrocket, and I was in the military at the time, and bases are allowed a allotment of JP4 fuel and what have you. Now they're probably up to JP10 or 11 or 12 or whatever. That's jet fuel. We were taking at our base, it was a SAC base, we were taking the tanker, the refueling aircraft, KC-135s, still in service today, kind of like the B-52s. And they were taking it and dumping fuel in the desert so they would get the same allotment the following month. They're in an oil embargo. Crazy, right? So anyway, Trump reversed that so we could export oil, gas, our oil, natural gas, LP. So that I was totally against from the get-go, because all that does is keep our prices higher. We should have been paying. No more than about $1 a gallon for gas, but because we're allowed to export it now, prices stay high because there's not a glut of it. So anyway, so the industry that's going to take a hit is going to be, the oil industry. Yes, way up here at the top, yeah, they're making an ungodly amount of money, and I still don't understand why they get a tax break for oil when they're making billions of dollars every year. So gas prices oil production is going to be cut substantially. That's a lot of jobs, people. Texas, Wyoming, Omaha, they're really going to be hit and hit hard if they ban fracking. Other states also, Ohio, they're going to be hit pretty hard. That's going to create a lot of job loss, gas prices, energy prices spiking. They want to eliminate coal, so you're going to shut down coal power plants. Renewable energy does not have the ability to make up the difference. So let's say, like in California this summer, in 2020, get down from there, get down. No. I'll smack you next time. Just like if I'm talking to a cat or a kid, You jump up there again, see what happens. You want to come up here? Come on. You can jump. Come on. It's not that high. Well, make up your mind. See there, now I lost my train of thought. But in a way, they're going to take a hard hit. If you stay away from them, there won't be an issue. Cats. See there, now the video's all messed up. So anyway, the reason California had rolling blackouts this entire summer was because they rely heavily on renewable, meaning clean energy, renewable, meaning solar and wind. Okay, one thing that people just generally don't think about you're relying on Mother Nature for your power. Solar can only produce its maximum amount, however many kilowatts, that's what it is. Same thing with wind at the highest point of the wind. So you had a really hot summer in California this year. They had rolling blackouts because they rely heavily on renewable. Renewable energy cannot make up any difference. It's like when it's maxed, it's maxed. Now you take a coal power plant, oil power plant, gas-fired power plant, nuclear power plant, all of them have the ability to crank the generators up to produce more power. So it's like, hey, we need 1 billion kilowatts. Oh, we're only putting out 800 million. Oh, crank up the plants, kick them generators up. Same thing with water, like at Hoover Dam and that. The generators there, a lot of water flows through there, and that's what kicks the turbines in. They control the amount of water going through the turbines, controls the amount of power output. So that's clean energy. That can be adjusted. So anyway, your electric bill, your gas bill, LP costs are going to make a huge jump. Okay, so that takes care of oil, the fracking, what's going to happen there. Coal, what's going to happen there, shutting down coal power plants. The mandate of 90-day shutdown. Over 100,000 businesses have gone out of business permanently in the past year because they had a shutdown. Now you take Pelosi, governors of states, they don't care about that. Well, tough shit. I'm in a gated community, or I'm in a mansion, I'm getting paid a ridiculous amount of money, and so it doesn't hurt them. It doesn't hit them in the wallet. It hits the lowlifes. That's who gets hit. Mom and pop. That's a lowlife. I'm a lowlife. No, what did the Dems say? You're a stinky Walmart shopper. I don't like Walmart, so I don't shop there, to be honest with you. So the amount of businesses that'll still collapse. One thing that Trump said several months ago is, well, the same restaurant might not open, but another restaurant will move in there. Man, that was cold-hearted for him to say something like that. That was saying, well, I don't really care. Wasn't cool. Because although a lot of those mom and pop, and they're not, and if let's say a restaurant does move back in there, are they going to hire the same people? You know, the unemployment, by doing the shutdown like that, and it's going to be a draconian a hard shutdown. The only thing you're going to be able to buy is groceries, fuel. All the factories are going to shut down. I'm guessing probably most of the ports will shut down. It's going to be a hard lockdown. And what's funny is that'll destroy what's left of the economy. But what's funny is who? World Health Organization. At the beginning, they said, shut down. Everybody needs to shut down. Well, Trump pulled us out of the WHO because they covered for the China virus from the Wuhan. They helped cover it up. Maybe that hasn't been proven. Fake news. But anyway, I knew where it came from. As soon as it got out a little bit and I heard of it, I had told a few people it came from Wuhan. Because I knew there was at least one lab there that works on bioweapons, or viruses. You can't do bioweapons, it's illegal. Yeah, I could tell you some shit when I was in the military. I was on a decon team. Yeah, scary stuff. But anyway, lost my train of thought. Marijuana affects the long or short-term memory, right? Could be my age, I don't know. So anyway, the lockdown is really, oh yeah, the WHO. And so Trump pulled us out of WHO, and all the fake media Congress, all those idiots are all like, oh my God, you can't do that. You know, it's horrible. How could you do that? You know, we're not going to be funding them. Oh. So everybody bashed Trump for that. So then everything kept changing, as if any of you kept up on real news. I'm not talking fake news people. Kept up on the facts as it was happening. Stuff changed literally almost daily. So anyway, now, a couple of months ago, WHO made a statement stating that lockdowns do more harm than good. There's no point to having them. They came out and said that. They came out and said lockdowns do not work. And yet, the fake media, did you hear that on any of them? They don't even mention WHO now. Because if you say, well, okay, who's right by saying that, then you have to say, oh, well, that means President Trump was right. Oh, no. Don't matter what the cost is, you ain't gonna do that. So, so anyway, I just wanted to point out the fact that WHO now says that lockdowns don't work